Welcome to Coloring with Lorri. Thought I was going to be late tonight, but look at that, right on time. 11 o'clock on the dot. Hi to anybody watching the replay. Haven't popped up on YouTube yet, so I know nobody's here. So, hope everybody is doing well this Friday night. Here we are. Just saw it pop up. Haven't seen, bumped the camera, sorry about that. Haven't seen too many people on YouTube today actually, so I don't know how busy we'll be. Anyway, starting an autumn charm tonight. I thought I would use an alcohol base since I only have a couple of weeks. And my thought is, which I probably won't get it finished because I'm not real quick with markers either. Surprise, surprise. Actually, sometimes I think a little slower with markers because I'm not real comfortable with them. Hi to anybody coming in. Thanks for those likes. Appreciate you. Thanks for being here. Just getting my second computer, or my computer set up here. I don't know, for some reason, after my lives, it automatically goes private. I guess that's in case I want to change anything or edit it or whatever. So we're going to start working an autumn charm tonight. Kim from Kim's Creative Coloring chose this picture, which I had somewhat started. What did I have done? I had the wheat done in marker already, so that is another reason why I decided to go with markers. So I was playing around a little bit with the markers. And seeing how those go. So we'll get started on this. I have 3 different kinds of markers that I'm using, and they're just ones that my mom had bought and are around the house. So I have the Artex, the Cali Art, and the Arteza Everblends, all alcohol markers, and all very different as far as, they're all a nib. What do they call? This one's called, I think they're all fine, a fine and then a broad tip. And they each have their purposes, and I find that the Cali Arts blend the best, but that's just my opinion. So that's what we got going on for today. Yeah, I almost didn't come on live. Maybe I shouldn't have, just did a video. Oh, that's okay. Thanks for those of you here watching. Appreciate you. And for those likes. Always appreciated. Sorry, that's my water crinkling there. So, I was working on this wood, and the reason these markers are all different, besides the point that I don't have a full set down here. I'm kind of working with extras and pieces of sets that are left over. So, but there is a big difference in the markers, even though they have the fine tips. The Cali Art, I would say, is like the medium tip. You know, it's fine, but it's rounded. It's kind of soft, but yet not too soft, not too firm, can get in small pieces. This one's a little bit fatter, the Artex, and it's a little bit puffier. and very wet. So like you barely touch the page, and a lot of bleed with these. You barely touch the page and you get like a lot of ink, and you got to go really fast or it's going to bleed because it's real wet and it's real soft. So it doesn't work real well in small places. Where then we have the Artezas, which is actually a very hard and a very thin point. I got a piece of paper around here. So this one gets in really small places because it's almost like a fine liner if you use it like that. So I don't like to use the Artezas for big spots because even they're kind of dry overall. But they do have, you know, I think the widest on the broad tips. Oh, no, this, I don't think I've ever used that. That one's pretty wide. But yeah, I pretty much always use, that one's nice, the fine end. But sometimes you bring in the broad for bigger spots. So, hope everybody is doing well this evening. So again, this is an autumn charm, and Kim from Kim's Creative Coloring chose our page for this. Hi, Chrissy, welcome. The first one here, yay! Did you get your book in? Autumn Charm? I don't know if you heard me say Kim had chosen this picture and I had started it very little. I just had like the wheat. I don't know what this stuff is called. And I had started it with marker, and then I thought, well, it'll be good to use marker base anyway since I'm on a limited time. So, how are you this evening? Doing okay? So I'm going to start off with the Artex marker. I don't know, this is 107 sand. So I'm just kind of basing the wood. I was trying to decide how much of this door is wood. It looks like all of it, so I'll just go ahead and base it all. And like I said, these markers are very wet. The tip is very soft, so it's very quick lay down. If I was to use the Arteza or the Cali Arts, I'd have to go much, much slower than this to not get those lines. And most alcohol markers dry lighter than they put down. Some actually dry lighter or dry darker, but not that often. Hi, Amanda. Welcome. I think you've seen you in here before. Thanks for joining us. Oh, okay. That's right. I remember that. You were going to do Country Charm. Okay. Well, this is the picture Kim put. I'm sure there's something in there. Teresa Goodrich's pictures are all pretty similar. Welcome, Amanda. Are you a colorist? Coloring with alcohol markers, my mismatch sets from my mother's leftovers. So just getting the base down. I might work on some of the pencil work too, depending on how busy the chat gets, because with alcohol markers you kind of gotta keep an eye on what you're doing. I might do a different color for the door. We'll see how that goes. This frame has got some wood grain on the bottom, not on the sides. You know, good old Teresa. I love her art, but honestly, she needs a better editor. I was laughing, Johanna Basford was talking about the little arrows in her books. Sometimes it slipped past the editors and stuff. It's kind of funny to remind her to do something on the picture. So, just gonna use this color on anything that she's got the wood grain drawn on to start. Hi everybody watching, not chatting, appreciate you being here. Like I said, just doing some basing with the markers tonight. That's wood too, but I think that's part of that harvest sign. I had kind of a busy day today, so trying to get some big pots of food done and frozen for when I can't cook. So made a big pan of macaroni and cheese. I did not pick a color palette for this. Nope. Nope, nope. Oh, excellent, Amanda. Well, welcome, and I'm glad you're here. I'm not much of a teacher, but I'm sure, like, from watching everybody, you can always learn something. Usually, since you said you were watching, you know, I normally do pencil work, but I just thought to make this a little quicker, plus it was started with marker, so. So I thought I'd just go with the program and work with markers. I know, Taylor and Ivy picked color palettes for the page they're doing in here, which would actually be great color palette for this page, and that's on Ivy's wall, I believe. It might be on Taylor's too. That's Tailor Made Coloring with Tailor Made, and Ivy Pearl Clever Swirl. They are doing a buddy color in here also, the Autumn Welcome Autumn page. And they picked she picked a nice autumn palette and then like a pastel palette, so there's some really nice colors on there. I've never done the color palettes for the Friday Night Live, so maybe we'll start doing that when I come back. That would be a good idea. Could be fun, especially since I have such a hard time picking colors, and then we can color match. That could be fun. Thank you, Amanda. Yes, I do usually use Prismacolors. The last page I did do polychromos. I'm not sure what I will put on top of this. Actually, if there's a suggestion of a pencil you'd like me to do, I would be happy to try that. Oh, cool. Yes, Taylor is all experimental. Taylor, Ivy, and you. Yes. Okay. Well, we're glad to have you here. And thank you for watching and coming into the chat tonight. Like I said, there weren't too many people out on YouTube today, so I really didn't know. I really didn't expect too many, let me put it that way. And I was running late. It almost canceled. Do you work with just pencils, Amanda, or are you trying other medias? Sorry, I'm going to ask you 100 questions because I love new colorists and experimenting with all the products. It's so much fun. I think that's the funnest part about the adult coloring is learning all the products. Now, like I said, these markers really bleed, and you can see I got a lot of bleed over on the leaves, but that's okay because we're going to do the leaves with fall colors, so that'll be fine. I almost grabbed my pumpkin orange for the rest of the door. Color I don't have. Maybe, um, Castle Art would probably be my closest to that. Or what other? I have the Prismacolor Scholars and Arteza pencils. That's about my only other budget pencils that I have. Other than that, it's the Polychromos, Prismacolors, and Chromoflows. Which I didn't really like those when I got them. I got them for my birthday last year, so I've almost had them a year. And I'm just now starting to enjoy them. I really like them in Small Victories. They work really well on that paper. And being that they're a smaller tip, it's very helpful. Yeah, I started coloring before the colors were out, so that's not one that fell into my my range for the budget pencils. I don't know if I want to do these buckets the same brown. I don't think so. I don't think I do. Do a little bit different color. Of course, a lot of these browns all look the same. It's like I said, I'm kind of working with my mom's leftovers of her markers. I was not a marker person, but I figure they're here, use them. Otherwise, they're just gonna sit there, right? Go bad anyway. So let's see if we have any of these darker browns. Maybe Y934. Well, that's a good dark one. Hopefully not too dark. And this is a Kelly art. Now this one, like I said, work a little bit different. To go a little bit slower and backtrack on your lines a bit, because they are juicy, but they're not quite as juicy, and they don't spread like the Artex do. I said the Artex really spread. But that's nice for good areas. And I like it because you barely have to hold on to the marker and barely touch the paper. It's like the paper just pulls the marker right onto it. So works out nice. Exactly. Yeah, I don't want them to go to waste, and she's got so many things. Like, I was hoping Kim would come today because I was talking about those, that's a great one. I might actually need that. The, Stablios, how they had the medium point. And she was like, what? You know, these are known for the fine liners, but this is like a medium point that's almost like a, super tip, because you can get the point and then kind of a little bit wider. But yeah, that was another thing that my mom bought. So but they're water based, so you know that's a little bit more difficult to work with, and I'm not too fan of the water based markers, but you know, you never know. And it's fun to play with the stuff when I don't feel like just sitting down with pencils, because sometimes I'm like, most of the time pencils is very therapeutic to me. You know, you hear me talk about, you know, I enjoy the creaminess and the lay down and the blending process. So, been trying to work more with my pencils that I don't use. I was thinking about finishing this up with Inktense, but you know, if I was chatting, that's very hard. So I was trying to think about what would work, and I'd be able to keep a good eye on the chat too. So here we are. So my mom had her second cataracts done this week, so all done with her 2 eyes, and she's in a much better mood now, so that's the best part. She must have been really nervous because the week prior, holy smokes, was she grouchy. Grouchy and snotty and always getting on me, and I'm like, man, what did I do? Hi, everybody watching and not chatting. Again, I appreciate you. I want to see if this gray is dark enough. I'm going to do gray around the buckets there. I don't know if that's quite dark enough. Let's grab another one here. That's probably too dark, but actually what I think I'm going to do is see if we can do a little blend. So when I do the blends, I usually put down, make sure Kim's not here to tell me to get in frame. I usually do my dark first. Moving out a little bit further than I want it, and then go in with the light right on that wet edge. Kind of go over it more than once so this marker's dry. That's not going to be good for a blend. Same idea, a little bit at the edge, bring it out, and a little bit on a rough. You don't want a straight edge when you're doing a blend, whether it be pencil, marker, whatever you're using. Rough it up a little bit. Not like a full flick, but a partial flick. So it's not a straight. And then I just kind of go over it a couple of times until it... Oh, see? My frame girl isn't here. You guys couldn't see none of that. I'll wait till it gets in frame and then I'll do the other one. Okay. So, not going to see much of a blend over here because of the leaves and flowers being in the way. That is really dry. Get that in. And blend it out. So you just kind of go over it a few times to give the smooth blend. Put the lighter color over here. And then you get a little bit of a blend. Zoomed in so I can't tell. I don't understand what you mean. I zoomed in? I didn't zoom in. You zoomed in. I guess, is that what you mean? Was it me or you that zoomed? I didn't zoom. I had myself out of frame. That might have been why you thought I zoomed in. But sorry, hope you can see now. I'm going to do this one up here, the darker color on the edge. Rough it a little bit, and then just blend it. So you get a nice blend and the rough edge disappears. Do the same. See, this is why I haven't really done any videos, because I don't know how to tell if I'm in frame. I'm so afraid if I do a whole video, sit here for 20 minutes, half hour, and I'm not even going to be in frame. Okay, I thought so. Yeah, I think I just moved it out of frame when I was sitting here. I said, Kim usually tells me, but I just have to try to keep a better eye on it. A little bit of the darker in there. Anybody else coloring with me tonight, or coloring, just coloring in general, or doing any kind of craft, or just hanging out watching? That went a little chunky, so I'm just going to blend that out a little bit more. Another thing too you can do to get some, which I don't know if I'll show on this page because I don't really see any areas where I might want that done. Maybe on the barrels. But you know the colorless blenders with the alcohol markers that nobody knows what to do with? You can use them to remove color, which helps with, you know, giving it some dimension and detail in there. Oh, that's weird. Yeah, I don't know why that would be. Let's see if I could. I think for the bricks, I'm just gonna do. Well, maybe I'll blend them. See what we got. I'm gonna end up like, I don't want them to look like the pumpkins. That's what I'm afraid of. It's limited colors. Don't want them to look like the pumpkins. Let's see if we got a R. Which one is this? R025. That could be a good brick color. Let's see. Don't feel bad, Chrissy. I appreciate you just being here and supporting me. I do want to keep them kind of dark, but also end up looking like the pumpkins. That I don't want. Let's see what that looks like on a brick. So this is like a it's a marigold color, and this is, it's called shrimp. I have no idea why. Shrimp are light. This is pretty dark. Okay, hopefully I'm in frame. I'll check in a minute after the camera catches up to me. Do a little bit of the darker color. And with that lighter color. Oops, still in frame. Okay. This is the darker color again. And we'll just do the same thing across. And like I said too, I do plan on going over this with some pencil, so if I get some hard blends, that's okay too. Or for the bricks, that's actually a good time to use the colorless blender thing, because you kind of want a rigid look. Rigid, is that an uneven blend? I should have done this bird and stuff first. The birdie's in my way. I'm gonna go on this side this time just to change it up a little bit. See how that goes. Alright. So been another busy week trying to get everything done. Apparently I have to buy all new furniture because none of my furniture is adequate for me to sit on. So that's interesting. It's going to hit the pocketbook pretty hard. So definitely glad I held off on all the coloring supplies I was thinking about buying. Haven't shopped for furniture in about 10 years. So now see this, I did this backwards. I did that light first and come in with the dark. So when I do that, I will go back over it with the light to blend it in. And sometimes it actually works better, but you obviously use a lot more marker. Hi, Ivy. How you doing tonight? Thanks for coming. Hope you're doing well. I'm doing something a little bit different this evening. I thought since I'm on a limited time schedule to finish this one, I'd throw a marker base on here, which, you know, not real great with markers. Making a mess up here, really. I can't see either. I'm getting a glare back today for some reason. Yeah. What you up to, Ivy? You coloring this evening? You're just roaming around. This is the Ivy that I was talking about that has the colors card swatches for the other page in here. I'll show what page she's doing on her channel for the buddy in 1 second. Pardon my sniff. Yeah, I'm not a fan of them too much either, Ivy, but I figured since I only really have 2 weeks to color this page, unless I do some videos and finish it up, that I would go with the alcohol markers. Oh, you're reorganizing. That's always fun. You know, those big cases are heavy. I have one large one I keep all my Derwent in. So I have like my ink tints, my watercolor Derwent. I have a few color softs, and the Chromo Flows aren't in there. But yeah, it's a heavy case. So I think it holds like 700 pencils. So I've got most of them divided up by brands, some brands together. So this is the buddy color that Ivy has going on her channel. I know Ivy is... Hi, Carol. Welcome. Thanks for being here tonight. Thanks for the thumbs up, everyone, and those watching. And she picked 2 color cube palettes for this. So that'll be really cute colored. I might work on that at night, maybe. But anyway, Kim had, like I said, Kim had picked this one, so working on this one. But yeah, go check out Ivy Pearl Clever Squirrels channel, and like I said, the color palettes will be posted there. So to the oops, wrong side. How are you this evening, Carol? I think I actually like the blend better with the light first, and I can darken it up too where it doesn't match the pumpkin so much. But I'm actually going to do that a little browner when I come in with pencil, but I don't have a brown marker, so I went with the orange. The browns and greens are slim pickings when you're working with leftovers, you know. Yeah, because that color is probably going to blend in with my leaves. Maybe I'll just do dark green leaves. Maybe. me see how it continues. It looks like a double brick. I don't know what that's all about. I'm just gonna color it. Not really understanding why it's doubled, because there's room for the grout, so it's not grout space. Sometimes these artists and what they do is a little confusing, isn't it? I'm getting to the point where I really don't try to figure out anymore. I just... You're welcome. Glad you're doing well. Just try to move on. If I color it wrong, oh well. My book, right? As Dee Dee will say, it's my coloring book and I can color what and how I want to. Right? Right. Oh, her pastel demonstration was so good. I think that was one of the, as far as a, a tutorial live, that was probably one of the best ones I've seen. Just the way she did it, I enjoyed it. Yeah, and this is very sloppy coloring. I do apologize for this, but it'll look good when it's done. I promise. It's just a messy, messy start. With me and markers, anyway. Yeah, they're pretty crazy. Like I said, I do have one that holds 750 pencils. And it is pretty cute. It's blue and got flowers on it. But I also worry about, like, the weight of the other pencils, like when you flip through. And I was kind of wondering if that's why I was having problems with my leads breaking and stuff from having them in the case and the flipping. But Taylor did mention that her leads stopped breaking when she bought that crank sharpener, which I just recently bought. So, well, the day she showed hers, I decided to get it because I was like, okay, I've had enough. When the leads started falling out of my, what do you call it, promo, yikes, polychromos, the Faber-Castell, I was like, this might be the sharpener, because I've never had that happen in the 10 years I've had those pencils. Never had a lead fall out. Now I've had two. So I don't know. Which I've never had that happen from the T-Gal sharpeners before either, so I don't know why that's happening now. Who knows? Maybe I got some of the bootleg Prismacolors when they were about, because I know I was buying them when they were changing warehouses and stuff, so when they went from U.S. to Mexico, and they were saying there were a lot of bootleg sets. And I've had, I'm sure I've gone through them. Well, some of the pencils are still lingering about, but two sets that only cost me $60 a piece for the 150 set, so I'm, pretty sure those were in the bad warehouse or whatever. But I mean, they were off Amazon, so I don't know if were the bootleg sets sold on Amazon, or were there even bootleg sets, or was it just bad quality control for a while? Who knows, right? Ugh, I gotta try to loosen up my grip. These are starting to hurt my hand. Like I said, I'll probably start some detailing with pencil, because I'm not going to be able to sit here and do markers for very long. I just don't enjoy it like that. Little bit here and there. I do usually use them in my Fogarty books by R.J. Hampton. That paper, I buy the hardback, so that paper does seem to like the markers. So I do a lot of marker work in there. I think you have the same one that I have. I have like 2 of those. I do believe you showed it the one time. That big, ugly, like grayish, greenish thing. Yeah, my mom has bought several electric sharpeners, and they just eat the pencils. I can't do it. So that crank thing seems to work real well. And I use it with the T-Gal because you know how the T-Gal, to me, the T-Gal sharpens the lead and just doesn't like eat the wood. So that hand crank thing kind of does the same thing, but it does show a little bit more lead. So I'll use my point and then I'll put it in the T-Gal to sharpen the point again. So then it's not even touching the wood, it's just sharpening the longer point. I don't have it down here, so I don't have any pencils down here that are like that I can explain, but maybe you understood that. Like I'll have a really long point, but the point goes away and then it's blunted, so I stick it in the TL to get the little point back. Okay, so you got it. Good. Yeah, it was just like, I stick it in there and it's like, my gosh, there's like 1.5 inches of the pencil are gone. What is happening? Yeah, do you have the hardcover? If it's the hardcover paper, yeah, that paper loves the alcohol markers. And I can do a little bit of water, like I've gotten away with Neil colors in there a little bit, but you gotta really watch your water. But I have done, usually when I do water in there, I use Neil colors for the water. Because I like the wrinkly look on the paper, kind of adds to the water effect. Jeez, I just went way out of the lines there. I'm gonna have to do a dark grout here to cover up all my messes. I'm not trying to be real neat because, it is cement and it is gonna get filled in, so. With something for the grout. Because I gotta darken up that orange. I don't want the bricks to be the same color as the pumpkins. So. You got the hardcover. Okay, that paper loves alcohol markers. So, yep. Give it a whirl. I think I've done all my RJs with alcohol markers other than one. And I used polychromos, and the polychromos work pretty good on that paper too. I don't like the Prismacolors on it. It's too soft. It's too, smooth. Smooth for the Prismacolors. I did a couple pages in there this month. Lost in Time. This stinks. I'm like so rushing. I want to get stuff done. I've just been working on small victories because I've just been enjoying it. Like I said, the chromo flows in there work so nice, so I've just been using the chromo flows and working on small victories, doing a couple buddy colors with Amy. She posted she post? The turtle, and now we're just doing on the Sunday on the back page, the turtle. Like I've been sitting here I hate not having a buddy color. I sat there for an hour that day trying to pick a picture. That's why I was loving the buddy colors. And I didn't, Taylor told me to join you guys with the buddy color, but this book is down here, and during the day I'm pretty much stuck upstairs, so it's kind of hard right now for me to move stuff up and down. Walking with the walker, you can't carry nothing. I got a tray for the walker, but it doesn't fit. It's like, well, why in the heck would you make something that's what we have to measure the tray? Aren't walkers like standard size? That just didn't make sense to me. And I felt bad because my dad bought it for me, and he's constantly, "You using the tray?" "No, it doesn't fit." "Well, yes, it does. It doesn't fit." It just doesn't fit. And he's arguing with me, and I'm like, well, the next time you come over, you come show me how it works, because obviously I don't get it. You know, there's 3 of us in the house that have tried. It doesn't fit. There's 3 different walkers. It doesn't fit any of them, so. All right, gotta rest my hand for a second. It's a deep red, which is actually called shrimp, which is crazy. It's here. Show you the 2 colors. So this is the shrimp, and then a marigold, which I said I'm going to change because I do believe I used this on my pumpkins, or partial of, so I am going to darken up. So it's these 2 right here. It's a deep red and then like an orangey color, and that is actually really true. Well, they look true to color on both my screens actually. So like a brownie red and then like a burnty orange. If you have Caliar, it's shrimp and marigold. Well, hi there, Taylor. Your ears ringing? I was just talking about you. Look how much I got done, Taylor, in 45 minutes. Aren't you impressed? Now watch me. I'm cheating. I said I'm cheating. I'm using markers. Yeah, it's definitely more on the red side than a brown. Let's see. Y934. But yeah, it could be considered brown. Was that the one I was using? Did I grab the wrong color? No. Okay. Yeah, like I said, the color is actually shrimp. Let me see. R025. See, and it's in my reds, which is the R. The R means red. So, you can't see the... Hang on a second. That one. Shrimp and marigold. Thanks, Taylor. I know, right? Okay, sounds good, Ivy. I'll have a cup too. Taylor, we had somebody new in the chat who said that she loves your channel. She watches you. Amanda. She's probably still here watching. She says she watches but doesn't chat. So. Yeah, I figured since I was on a time limit, I'd do a marker base. So, like I said, not my best work, but hey, we're getting it done. And if I don't finish, I may do videos. We'll have to see how that last week is. I discovered today, I thought I was supposed to be doing my exercise 2 to 3 times a week, and I actually read that totally, I don't know how I read that wrong. I'm supposed to be doing them 2-3 times a day. I'm like, oh my god. Oops. Were you watching, I don't even know what to call her over there. Never mind. Brain fart. I cannot stay in the lines on this side. I don't know what is happening. So what you up to today, Taylor? I haven't seen you around. I didn't see you pop in on True Hue stream today. Frame. Yeah. She's up in the chat here. Her name's Amanda. She said she doesn't normally chat, but she loves your channel. Oh, you're journaling? That's nice. That's always good to clear the head. Creative journaling. Get your stickers out. Yeah, I was in and out today too. I was making macaroni and cheese. My mom has been craving it, and I've been struggling. It's hard to work in the kitchen. Too many back and forths to the cupboards and in the fridge. I'm so thankful my kitchen. I always wanted a big kitchen, but right now I'm very thankful it is small. I'm going to go ahead and do these lower bricks, the same colors. So Kim picked this page, Taylor. Are you going to color this with us? Think about it, think about it. Is that where you use your acrylics or watercolor? You know, watching Bubbles with her watercolor, that's like a whole different... I never knew there was watercolor like that, where it wasn't abstracty. Like, her watercolors are very solid, almost like an acrylic paint, more so than a watercolor. Interesting. Painting. There's so many different kinds and types, and... Hey, View. Thank you, View. You got whips? Well, you better get to whipping the whips. Whip those whips. How you doing tonight, View? I stopped in over at your other channel for a second, gave you a like. I'll watch for 10 minutes. You get a view for 10 minutes, right? I know you... Okay. I'll watch later and see if it's anything I wanna... You just ended? Okay. It's okay. You know, I don't want to get corrupted. I'm sorry. No, I'm just kidding. I'll go back and watch. I kind of fan through them. Sometimes you get a giggle out of me. You know, keeps me honest. But, so any exciting plans for the weekend for anybody? Huh. Thanks, View. A little late for that, but... I'm close. I'm darn close. No, I'm just kidding. Me too, Chrissy. Let me tell you. Are you using markers? Are you trying markers? You're having a giveaway. Oh, distressed ink sprays. Okay. Oh, ink stamps. I need to work with my Neo 2s more often. They're just, you know, the paper we work on just doesn't take them very well. I do use them in Kirby books, which a lot of people don't recommend, but I seem to have the best luck with them in the Kirby books. So I don't use a lot of water when I use water products, though. That I will say. You know, it's almost like by the time I'm done putting the water on it, it's dry because I don't use a lot of water. So I was worried about doing the markers tonight because of the squeaky noise. It's like sometimes the... Oh, there you are. Well, hi, Kim. Good morning. I'm just kidding. I've been out of frame almost all night. Kim picks the page and then doesn't come to the party. You see what I'm doing, Kim? Look at this mess. I'm waiting to see if Chrissy answered me about what she's using. You were on the wrong channel. So you're giving the giveaway on Coloring View? How you do it? Don't be sorry, Kim. That's okay. I know it's late for you. I just have to tease you. She did? Well, what did she say? Or what video so I can go look? I would have been happy too. See, Chrissy was trying to keep me in frame too, but she's got me zoomed in and she can't tell if I'm out of frame or not. Yes, Coloring View only? Okay. Thank you, Kim. I haven't done any detailing yet, just basing, so. Ah, that's hilarious. You know, when she's got, I have noticed with her, when she's got new books coming out, she bounces around to lives and announces them in the lives. So she may show up in your live if you talk about her books. You just never know with her. You just never know. Actually, because she gives a lot of channels free copies too before she actually puts them on Amazon. I don't know. I've heard something about that. You have to have a business. Do you know this, View? You have to have like a business email or something so that they're able to give you the free products. Somebody was telling me about that, but you know, I'm that's not something I'm interested in. Maybe sometime in the future, but not now. Yeah, 1 second. I'll read the chat. I need to shove caps on these for a minute anyway. This one's getting a little dry. I know I'm doing the don't do by leaving them open, but I always do. Oh, she appreciated you. That's very nice. You know, that's really nice. Not too many people take the time to say, hey, thank you for buying my book, right? Thank you. Oh, yeah, you have been doing really good. Your banana is good. You heard about it, but it is not true. Okay. Any email? Okay. Like I said, it's just something I heard. I never looked into it, so. And it was from somebody who used to have a channel, so I don't know. I don't know. I did a glass of beer once. I think I did pretty good on my glass of beer. Just a little tiny glass of beer. Let me see if I have it over here. I have that book down here. In my is it this one? There's my marker work. Oh no, it's in Lost in Time. Ah, it's Mary Monks. Just popped in my head. Just popped in my head. They have those markers that yellow. The Arteza are one of those brands that yellowed when they first came out. But there's my beer. I thought I did pretty good. Can't see the shading on the camera, but it is shaded. That's my mug of beer. She is. She's very nice like that. I'm cheating? What do you mean I'm cheating? Because I'm using markers? It does, doesn't it? I agree, View. I told you before, I like my beer, and of course, you know, I can't drink with surgery coming up, so, yeah. Sounded good. Well, Kim, I only have 2 weeks, so I had to cheat. There's no way I could do this in 2 weeks with pencil. There's a lot going on this page. I probably still will have to do a video or two to finish it up. So, because you know I can't leave it flat. I've tried. That's when I show my pictures to Amy with marker before I put the pencil on them. She's like, well, what do you got to do to it? It looks done to me. I'm like, there is absolutely no detailing on there. She's like, what? You know, like, my mom too. Ooh, hopefully my mom will get back to coloring. Both her eyes are done. She had her second one done this week, and she says everything looks so bright. It was really cute because she went to the doctor's office, and she comes home and she says, yeah, I'm sitting in the doctor's office, and I thought they painted, and she's like, oh, the blue looks really nice. It's much better than that drab gray. And then she's like, she realized that they didn't paint. She can just see the color now. Oh, like, that's so cute. So that's all good. And like I said, she's in a much better mood now. She was driving me crazy for a couple weeks. I didn't realize that was nerves. She should have talked to me about it. But anyway, all done now and doing well. Mike went and got glasses today too, so it's weird seeing him with glasses. He actually, I looked at him like, you look like Walter. He's like, Walter who? I'm like, Walter White. Anybody know who Walter White is? Okay. After you start that, there's a lot on here. Yeah, it's busy. So I said there's no way I'd get it done with pencil. I sure will, Taylor. She's doing much better. Her and her hubby were both really sick for about 4 days. They were over on the west side sick. So they actually just left Utah, like, as that stuff was going on. She's like, yeah, we just heard about it as we were leaving because they were stuck. That's where they got sick, was Utah, so they were staying there. It's fun. I don't want to say funny. Sad. Funny that I just said to Mike, Utah? Who goes to Utah? You never hear anything about Utah. And then the next day, what happens? I'm like, geez, I'll never say that again. I'm going to go around the frame of this door with this brown that I was using for the wood. Kim, you like to use markers. I'm surprised you didn't pull yours out for this page. Just seems like a marker page. Like I said again, these markers really bleed, so you gotta move. These are the Artex. I'd like to see how DD pronounced these with the extra R. Artex. Ooh, big spillage there. And I tried to go with a light brown so that I could come in and give it a lot of detailing and make it look like this whole door is going to end up wood. I don't know why I'm doing that like that. So let's just go ahead and fill it in. Since I already made this big old mess. I was thinking about using a different color, but nah, we'll just stick to this color. Moving along. See, this is the one thing I do like about these markers, even though they bleed a lot. They do fill in space quickly. And the soft tip is kind of nice. Like, you don't even really have to touch the paper. Like I said, it's like the paper just pulls it right out of the marker. Let's stop for a second because I got cramp in my hand. In a long time. Yeah, I forced myself to use them. You're almost done? Wow. They are ugly. Oh no. Aww. Can you exchange them or return them? Mike was having problems with his too because they gave him progressive or something, and he was told they were bifocals, so he was a little confused and having a weird time. Like he said, when he moved his head, like stuff didn't catch up, which I don't understand that, but Dee Dee does have a really super cute laugh. She does. I agree. God, I was saying earlier, Taylor, that was one of the most entertaining tutorials, I think, because like she was technical but not too technical to where it was boring, you know, where you felt like you were in a class, but yet she explained everything very well but kept it very engaging, I guess would be a good word. Like you just wanted to keep watching. Yeah, I'm not so sure about the liquid pearls yet. You'll have to let me know. Do one in a book and close the book and see if they stay puffy. Because that's what, I don't take anything out of my books. So I would be afraid. And then like to color over it. Like if I do a page in the back and I need to color over it, is it going to be bumpy and put texture in my page on top? Inquiring minds want to know. And I so rarely use my stickles. I can't stand the glitter everywhere. And it wears off. It's like your page looks great when you first do it, and then close the book and you look at it next year and half the glitter's gone. I did used to always glitter up my snow and the white on Santa's hat and, you know, stuff like that. But, there you go. This page is going to be very brown. I should have probably did like a green door or something. Oh well. Hard with the limited color choices for the markers. And I don't know the colors. You know, it's hard when you're coloring and you don't know your colors too. Okay. Yes and yes to all your questions. Okay, thanks, Kim. Are you feeling better, Kim? Oh, let's get some poppin' colors for these flowers. Let's see. Don't want to go too dark. Get something in the... Those purples are pretty. Let me grab that one. Oh God, I just ran over the camera. It's gonna do a big wobble. And I'm gonna grab a marker, so I just got a step to my right, 2 steps. A883. Let me hear the Velcro. I'll show you this. This is the how the Arteza markers came when they first came out in this big old box package here. But this is just all my mom's. This is not all of them. This is some of her backups. She could only buy them in 4-packs. So when she needed a color, she would buy a 4-pack. Several of the colors, there's 2-packs. But they're really hard to get in and out of here. So she kept them in a rack upstairs, which is upstairs. So it's not movable at this moment. So I just kind of work with the extras. And like I said, which is not a full set. Because she also has the whole set of grays, which was like 60 grays for undertones. I guess with markers, that's kind of how you change the colors. You use a gray underneath. I'm not proficient with them, so I'm not quite sure how all that works. But marker artists apparently use the grays because a lot of the sets have the gray sets and pencils too. So I think that's kind of a common thing for artists. Hi, Wellness. Welcome. I missed some here. Let me see. Good. Glad you're feeling better. Right. So yeah, I'm not sure how to do that with the bumpies behind. Right, Kim. That's kind of my thought there. I don't know if that would work out for me because I leave the stuff in the book. So. Just without glitter. And puffy. I do like them. I just, like I said, I don't know if it would work for me because I leave all my stuff in my books. But they are pretty. Because I was actually, where did I see them initially? Can't even remember now. I'm just going to color these a solid color and probably do some, just a little paint pen color in the middle or something. If it lightens up a little bit, I might be able to get another color in there, but we'll just do solid for now. Yeah, because I didn't know, like, if I put a piece of cardstock in between, if that would be enough to, you know, raise it from the bump, or then, like, working on top of it, if the pressure would just flatten it out. So there's that, too. I just need to learn how to make it look raised by coloring it. That's trying to work on that. I was looking for, and I think it's just by shadows behind, but it seems like whenever I do the shadows, they just look too blotchy. Blotchy the right word? My nose is itching. Who's talking about me? Or am I going to kiss a fool? I kiss a fool every night. Don't tell Mike I said that. But nobody said we didn't like them. We do like them. Welcome back. Did you bring me a cup of tea too, Ivy? Lately, I've been having coffee instead of tea. I didn't drink coffee for many years. All of a sudden, well, Mike bought a coffee pot and started drinking it too, so he's made me a couple of cups here and there, and now I'm craving it all the time again. I definitely don't want to Get the caffeine back going, because that was a problem with the old ticker. Our old hearts don't like caffeine. Now I see why all the old people drink decaf coffee. Oh. You're telling? He'll probably say, wow, that's the nicest thing she's ever called me. No, just kidding. It did take a long time, didn't it, Taylor? I was thinking the same thing. I tell you, my mom bought me this 1 cup water heater, electric water heater. I absolutely love it. It's the cutest little thing. It just holds like 16 ounces. I was getting really annoyed, like, I was old school. I had a couple teapots, but they were big, you know. I'm like, I need a little mini teapot. Take forever to heat up the water for 1 cup. Okay. I don't know what kind of flowers these are supposed to be. They like a mum. What flowers grow in fall? Mums? Well, yeah, but do you actually drink an 8-ounce cup? You smart butt. Keeping it clean. Oh, okay. We forgive you then. Sheesh. Kim thinks she's funny. That's like the coffee pots that say it's 12 cups. 12 cups? That's 4 cups. What are you talking about? Okay, I think I'm going to use this gray combo for this light thingy too. If I want it darker, I can get it darker. Kind of a... And I went over the lines down there, so that's a good way to cover it up. Darker marker, right? That filled in. Sorry about the squeakies. It's a little dry. Ugh. Hee hee hee. I'm always nervous when I work with markers because I feel like, well, at some point I'm just going to hate it and end up throwing the page away because I messed it up. So I noticed there's a page missing in this book, and I kind of wonder if that's what happened, because I do that sometimes. Or if I tried Inktense in here or something and it didn't work. Or it had a train on it, because my mom used to always pull the pictures out that she had trains on them and hand them to me and tell me I had to color them. And about my 4th train, I decided I didn't want to color anymore her trains. They are fun to color, though. I do like coloring them. See, exactly. Who doesn't? It's not a cup if it's not 16 ounces. There you go. She's got 26-ounce cups, and she's harassing me about the 6-ounce being 2 cups. Okay, Kim. Well, goodness gracious. All right. These barrels of hay definitely got to get darker. They were based with yellow because I didn't want them the same color as the door or the pumpkin. So I'm just trying to keep... Ooh, that's really dry. I need a yellow... I'm going to do some yellow flowers, I think. If all my yellows are dead. Which it looks like they might be. Play 204. This one. This is probably that same marigold, is it? What is it? What do we have here? Oh, pastel yellow. Look at that. So I think all of these markers that I have a number and a name. And like I said, these weren't... I can't believe these Kaylee arts still work, because I bought these at least 9 years ago, if not 10, when the markers first hit, like, coloring community. My mom wasn't too happy with pencils. You know, she did a lot of mandalas and testellations. I think that's how you say that. So I bought her the little set of Kaylee arts and she loved them. I bought her the bigger set and she started looking at the Ortizas, so that was, I think I got that for her birthday. And she really fell in love with those. She went through that set so fast. Like I said, I don't even know if they still make markers, Arteza Everblends, and if they do the refills, and I have no idea. I haven't looked in the markers in forever. Okay. Yours too? We probably did. Because I know I got them right after Tasia did. And she said she really liked them. It's crazy. Like, I've told people who are in the art community and stuff, you know, that work with, like, that's going to be a lost one. I need to pull that out of there. That work with alcohol markers. And they're like, well, you better use that stuff up before they dry out. I'm like, you know, I got markers that are 8 years old and they're fine. Like, that's kind of how I felt at first when she stopped using the alcohol markers. Oh my gosh, I got to start using all those. But I would have liked that a lot brighter yellow. Maybe with some pencil I can brighten it up. I don't know if that's going to be... Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Some sort of pink. What we got? Flesh. It's a light pink. It's a pink flesh. A little about off flesh. Definitely pinker than me. I'm like as white as they come. I crack up when Shani Blue talks about how white she is. I'm like, oh yeah, I bet she probably looks like she's got a great tan standing next to me. I'm like as white as they come. And after I got to a certain age, I was done, you know, getting burned and just hurting and peeling and it going away and being left with no tan, just because everybody thinks that's what you should do. Like, enough of that. I'm just going to be white. You don't like it? Don't look at me. Tried the undergray thing you talked about with the bricks. Oh, cool. Okay. Yeah, I think it is like an undertone is what they use it for, to change the colors, deepen up colors, and pretty sure. It's a huge guess because I tried looking for videos about it and I couldn't find anything. Okay. I wasn't going to do green leaves, but because my bricks are like red and stuff, I'm gonna. But I'm gonna do kind of a darker, like, you know, they're changing. Which I don't see the green I want. Oh no! My favorite green doesn't have a cap. Oh, that is bad. Ugh. How did that happen? Oh my goodness. That's tragic. And you know, my fingertips are numb. I'm not going to be able to feel it if it's laying back there. I don't even know how that happened. Oh, goodness gracious. Let's see if this one, it's probably too dark. I don't know if I'll be able to color. Well, it only dried out the side that didn't have the cap on it, so I guess that's good. But how do I color with this? It does! I'm so upset. It's my favorite. You know, it's like an olive green. I love olive greens. So my big side works. Oh, man. Wonder if I can get away with a couple. Oh, God, that is tragic. Let me see. I got something over here. That was the one too, right? G915. Yep. Yeah, God, what a bummer. That is a bummer. This is a fern green. Let's see what this one is. I don't know. That's too dark. Aw, thank you, View. Okay. She's laying down in bed now. I gotta go empty the dishwasher. I'm kind of like that too. I hate. Mike's been cooking, and I try to get up there after he cooks and clean because I can't stand getting up in the morning, walking into the kitchen, and it's filthy. Yeah, these are all too dark. Oh man, I am so bummed out. This could be a good substitute. Let's see. Pale olive. Okay. We'll try that one. See, this was the little case. Man, that's my frog green too. That one that dried up. Okay, let's see how this one works. I almost colored that bird as a leaf. Oopsie. This should lighten up as it dries. The Caliarts do lighten as they dry. Exciting, huh? Sorry about the little delay there. I wonder where that cap is, though. I'm going to have to empty out both these bags. Mike was a smarty, too. I threw a marker away one day because the same thing happened. I lost the cap. So I said, well, throw it away, you know. Well, he grabs the cap off the other end and says, well, you might want to save this then in case it happens again. I'm like, well, look at you all thinking. Sometimes. Absolutely, me too, you. I love the olives and the ferns, and the bright greens throw me. I was, you know, the chromoflow greens are one that are really, really different, and I was looking for just like a regular grass green, you know, like you look outside, blue Kentucky grass green, like that kind of color. So I start pulling at all these weird greens because I'm like, there's got to be something to this because there's a lot of greens. So yeah, they really do. And see, this is where I really wish I knew color theory, and I think I'm going to do some reading while I'm laid up, and that's what I'm going to read is about color theory and things and the color wheel and blah blah blah. But anyway, I was able to, with 3 greens, create the color that I was looking for. So I was extremely happy with myself because I'm not real good at that. But it worked. Look at that, that orange is coming right through. Ooh, my eyeballs crossed. This looks like a big old ball of blob up here. Okay. This green's a little bit darker than what I wanted, so I might do that technique that I was talking about, where you use the colorless blender to pull back some of the color. I kind of think that thing's more of an eraser than anything. But it is good to give also some interest in the markers because you can create a highlight with it. So definitely a good tool if you use alcohol markers. I should have looked at the artisan markers for a green. I didn't even think about that. I don't recall seeing one. It's a lot of, my mom did a lot of portraits, so like most of her sets were skin tones. And I think these were all dead. Like when I don't think those are all supposed to be light like that. I think they were all dead. I don't know, but yeah, not really any good leaf greens on here either. I can't believe that actually went on there. To watch that. I like the backs too. I think that's so pretty. It's like just the abstract thing. It's kind of like look like a watercolor painting. Uh-oh, what did Kim do? You forgot a lamp? The dullest of it is awesome. Yes. I forgot a lamp? What do you mean? Oh, oh. Okay, thank you. Duh. I did, didn't I? Thank goodness I didn't put these away because I would have never found these colors again. Thank you, Kim. I'm like, what the heck are you talking about? You know what I was thinking, because I need a lamp in my bedroom. I'm like, I got a lamp. Do I need 2? It's so funny. I wonder where Jessica is this evening. Hope she is okay. Thought she, oh no, she wasn't going to get the book, was she? Forget who else was going to get it. Do you remember who else was ordering the book, Taylor? Or was that Callie? Can't remember. I don't remember. These are scary. These tiny little lines. You know, that drives me crazy when I watch people's color alongs. Kind of like with Dee Dee when she was doing the pan pastel and she forgot the ears. You're just sitting there like, oh my God, do the ears, do the ears, do the ears. Like how people will miss, like, say I color all these leaves and I miss one leaf. I actually posted that, the buddy color. Thank you, Kim, for that. That would have, when I realized that, I would have had a panic attack, because oh, did you order this one? Yeah, it was like $4.50 or something. Autumn Charm. This one is super cute. I can't believe I... Yeah, they do. It's like a watercolor picture back there. The pictures in here are really cute. I don't know why I haven't colored in here more. And I love like how bold the line art is on there. I don't think it's that dark on this one. Kind of different ink here and there. I really like this one. I almost did this one because I thought I might be able to get that done, but then Kim had already picked her page, so, and it was actually started. So this works. And hopefully I will get it done. Like I said, if I don't, maybe I can get videos to finish it up. We shall see. I don't know what's all going to be going on that last week. Everything is kind of getting pushed behind. Pushed back, pushed back, pushed back. I'm like, come on, get this stuff done. Like, I need that to be worried about too, right? I think we're going to have bluebirds. They stand out better. I do a lot of bluebirds when I color. Seems like if you don't have sky and water, that blue is kind of neglected. At least for me. I don't know why. I guess because I usually do have sky and water, so I ignore the blue. We did color in Small Town Charm. We did the steps. Yeah, I don't think I have that book down here anymore. I don't. I've got so many of these, I have to put them back in the cupboard upstairs because I don't have room for them down here, so. You gave away Autumn Charm. I could kind of see that because I have Autumn Charm, and then what's the other autumn one? Autumn something, and that's probably the one I was coloring in. I'm like, ooh, I don't usually buy two of this, but I think I bought all the charms. You know, I was so ticked off. Did you guys hear about the Cozy Corner one? You know, we all have it pre-ordered on Amazon, right? And it's to be released on the 16th. And Hobby Lobby has it for sale. I sure hope it's a lot more expensive, because that's just not fair. How do you do a pre-order and then it's released in the stores before release date? Is that common with all books that they're released to the stores before Amazon? See, I don't know. I never get them from the store, so Mike has bought me a couple books, and my brother buys me fish books all the time, which I should work on that, but that's Amazon paper. Ugh, no fun. And they're cute because they are fish and they have the names and they're realistic looking and but yeah, the steps with the boots on the bottom. Yeah, except for Country Charm, which is probably why. Like I said, I probably finished it. I probably will end up buying that, like when I come back. I did the Cozy Corner. It's Teresa Goodrich. Creative Haven, Teresa Goodrich, Cozy Corners. There is, I'd noticed that too. There is another artist with that book name too. But yep, they were talking. She showed the book and everything on, you know, the person who bought the book showed the book. I can't remember. It's somebody I'm Facebook friends with, so I can't remember who the heck it was. But yeah, she got it at Hobby Lobby yesterday. And it's not even like release date is the 16th. I really don't get that. And it almost made me cancel it, but no, I'll get that one. That'll probably be it. We gotta work in these ones we have. I'll have to get Country Charm so Chrissy can color with us. Me too. I love fish. I think all mine have passed. I had one left, but I haven't seen them in the last couple of days. They're pretty old. I haven't bought any fish for 10 years at least, so they're just yellow cichlids. It's like one fish in a 90-gallon and he hides, so that's why I say I'm not sure if he's in there or not. Normally I'd see him, you know, he'd get up, come swimming around at dinner time, and I haven't seen him the last couple of days. That last water change, sometimes the water changes are hard on them. How did I get those? So that's what I thought, that they didn't even really sell coloring books. Okay. Remember you say I've been to Hobby Lobby a couple times because my mom used to do everything, knit, crochet, sew. She was a huge sewer. So we'd go to Hobby Lobby a lot for stuff. Mostly yarn. I think they were a big yarn seller, weren't they? And I think when I was doing a bedroom wall, like I was using stamps, like the little stamps, but I was putting them in paint and stamping the wall. I was trying to do like I did burgundy wall and then the gold with the stamps. So I did go there and buy some stamps. And I remember like there was a whole aisle of stamps and I was just like, holy smokes, I need to stay. Yeah, I don't even know what I would use stamps for, but I'm like, I want this one, I want this one, and I want that one, and I want that. You know, it was like, okay, this is a strange, why do I want these stamps? But I was looking for particular gold things like keys and the theme of what I was looking for is not coming to my brain. But it ended up being really cool. And is Hobby Lobby the one that went to like all their own brands and wasn't carrying the major brands? Something's telling you not to go. Then don't go. Trust your gut. Trust that gut. Thanks again to those watching and not in the chat. And thank you everybody for the likes. I appreciate you all. Sorry I'm not doing my pencil color in today, but I have tonight and next Friday basically to finish this picture. So I had to do something quicker. Hopefully, I was thinking I bought a stool to sit at the kitchen counter. So if I can figure out some way to hook up the camera up there, because that won't wobble. Because the only other table that I'd probably be able to sit at is very wobbly. So I wouldn't even try to, if I was coloring, I wouldn't even try to record. Maybe to come on and say hi or show some pictures or something, you know, do a video, pop in. But, at the kitchen counter, I might be able to take my tripod up there. That might work there. I don't think the counter will wobble. That's actually all that's been recommended is sit at a stool at your counter to eat. Lay in bed and get up every hour or two and take a walk. So Hobby Lobby learned their lesson. Oh, they did start restocking. I thought I heard somebody say that. Oh, maybe Dee Dee, I think, heard say that. Yeah, they realized that hurt their sales. I mean, it's, you know, it's fine if you want to sell your own product, but you can't not have all the other products. You have to give the consumer the choice for that. You see grocery stores do that too. You know, when they come out with their own lines, they start carrying the other stuff, which is very annoying. I'll tell you one thing. You still awake, Kim? You got a Myers by your house? You always talk about pizza rolls. Mike went and got pizza rolls the other day, and they didn't have any Geno's pizza rolls, so he bought the Meyer brand. We liked them better. I know you put yours in the microwave, but they were a lot crunchier, and I think they had better flavor too. If you have a Myers location, you might wanna give them a try. Now these all look like the same leaves to me, so I'm just gonna color them all the same color. I probably will brighten some up. This might be a good time to show you how that works, actually. Because you could probably see it. Am I out of frame? Yeah. Yeah, have you tried them? The Meyer brand pizza rolls, Kim? I like the Supreme, and is it this? Yeah, and he likes the combo. I'm not a big fan of the little sausage balls. Little fat balls, I call them. He laughs at me, even on pizza. Ugh. I don't even think that's real sausage. Chewy little balls of, I don't know what. Phew. Like I said, I really intended on doing these leaves, like, you know, fall colors, but because of the color of my bricks, I opted to do green, which it's a brown green, so they're like dying too, so I probably will try to lighten the ones up that are in the, that's what I said, I'll use my, Okay, Ivy, thanks so much for being here. You have a good night. The Aldi, you know, they have a lot of, I've never shopped there. We do have one very local. My girlfriend gets a lot of stuff there. Have a good night, Ivy. Thank you. Hmm. Yeah, I don't know what Geno's did. They're not, I haven't cared for them. So, I like the Meyer brand. Pizza rolls, darn it. I gotta make chicken from my mom. I think these were flowers here, but they're gonna be a leaf now. I don't know what I want to do about all these stems on these flowers. This is kind of strange. I want them the same color as the leaf. Maybe that's where I'll use the blender. Or maybe that dead soldier broad point will work over here. Sorry about the squeak. Just realized I was squeaking. You. Wish I had better browns. Leave bottom left. Okay, thank you. Good eye, Kim. What would I do without you? And look, I actually knew what you meant that time. Okay. Got it. Thank you. Yeah, I want to see if this will... I think that'll be the perfect color for in here. It's really weird that only the one side dried out, so that makes me wonder, are they separate? Is it divided in there? Because this is still super wet, it's not dry at all. Just gotta remember and watch for the cap. I'm gonna have to go through these bags. There's obviously one in there somewhere. Okay, so I'm just gonna do a little sample here, and I'm gonna take the colorless blender. Lighten these up just a little bit. And it won't show until it dries, because when you wet it, it makes it look darker. So just some of these. And maybe with the pencil I can get a little something on there. Oops, there's some of the stalks, I guess. I don't know. Okay. I'm so tempted to do that green because mine's green, but that's not going to match anything. And I'm not quite sure what to do with him. I just don't know. You definitely need another brown. You know, I think I read your mind with those stems, Kim. Thank you. Okay. I need a brown for that. I really want this one, but I don't have it down here. These are too dark. Which brown do I have out? I have 107. Okay, that's pretty light, so I can do 21. Yet another brand. This is Touch New. They also have numbers and colors. This is 21 Terracotta. It's almost the same color as that brick, though. Well, it's for the wood, so it should be okay. That actually colored on there really nice. But yeah, it's going to match that too close. See any more wood anywhere? Or down in here? I don't know what I want to do with that yet. I'm going to leave that alone for right now. Let's see, we got those little pumpkins. Do I still have my orange out? Ooh, I think the air conditioner came on, is it? Yeah, okay. Let's just do these little pumpkins in here. What color is this? That's that marigold. Awfully dark for a marigold, huh? I think a marigold like a bright yellow, aren't they? And you can see, can you see they're not in frame? Okay, hang on. These leaves are dry, so they did lighten up down here. You can imagine how many colorless blenders I have with all the sets of markers she bought, huh? I think she tried every kind of marker and got the skin tone sets. I should have left one dark so you can see, but see how they're lighter than those now? So it gives us just a little bit different color in there. Gonna do those the same color in here since it's the same kind of leaf. Leaf. So when you guys spell leaves, I ponder this every day. I believe it's Leaves when it's plural. Leaves, or is it leafs? And I should know this, being my college professor self, but you don't use it, you lose it. How many papers I read and corrected, holy smokes. I can't even imagine, you know, the stuff that I used to grade when I was teaching, holy cow. I can't even imagine how bad it is now with everybody just, you know, you're on the computer, you hardly even go to school to get an education. Might not even be the person getting the degree that's doing the work. I really don't understand that. I sure hope you still have to go and take the tests in person to pass the boards. That's probably done at home now too, which is bizarre. Oh, and that's a reef hanger. Didn't really catch what that was at first, but it just hit me. So we have one on our door. Okay. Leaves, and leaf is singular. Exactly. I mean, anybody could be doing... I just crack up with that. My sister's been in college for 20 years, which just blows my mind. I don't even, like, she's my baby sister, and she started going to college after me, and I graduated with my master's degree, and she's still in college and doesn't even have a bachelor's degree. I don't understand. I'm like, what? What? What are you doing? Now these I am going to color yellow because I'm going to give them the sunflower effect. So the yellow will be my highlight when I come. Uh-oh, that's not yellow. The yellow will be my highlight when I come in with the orange. So we have a head start with orange there. Hey, whoopsie. I can't imagine the student loans that she has. Which may be why she stays in school, so she doesn't have to make payments. I don't know. We don't talk that often. You have pine cones on your reef? I don't see pine cones in my reef. If they were pine cones... Nope, I don't see any pine cones. You have a Christmas reef? I've never seen pine cones in a fall reef. Just gonna do that salad because, like I said, I'm gonna bring in pencils. Oh, you don't have pumpkins? They don't have pumpkins in the country? Just teasing. That's because they're all in here. And I don't know what it is. It's autumn charms, and there's another autumn one too. God, I cannot remember the name of it. I saw that one first in my drawer, and I was like, uh-oh, do I not have autumn charm? Autumn scenes? No, that's an old one. I do have that one. That was one book Mike bought me. He bought me a, it's a Teresa Goodrich book, but it's all of her scenes books all in one. Which is kind of cool because my mom colored all of those. So, oh my gosh, I didn't put this back in here. Yep, just ruined that page. Oh, and that's one I wanted to color, guys. Possibly, yeah, that should be fixable. It's not too bad. Oops. Don't follow me and do that. That's one thing you don't want to copy. Just got some random markers hanging out here. This is a gray, so I'll put that in there for this reef clip. I got anything I can use for the pumpkin top? Let's see. It's probably the same color. All these greens look the same, greens and browns. I think there's some kind of berries in here. What would they be? Would they be red? They're red berry? We're seeing berries in displays for fall. Where are we at? I have pine cones, I have pumpkins. I have pumpkins on the porch, but no wreath. Oh. Well, see, you have pumpkins. Oh, that there's pumpkins in the wreath. Got it. Yeah, they are cute in there. My mom used to love Marty Noble, too. I do actually have quite a few of her books. You ruined a bunny. Kim. Kim, be nice. Kim, how do we fix the bunny? Tell Chrissy how she can fix her bunny. Kim silhouettes her bunnies. I don't know if these are flowers or I think this is a flower, but this is all, I don't know. This is very cluttery up here. It just looks like a bunch of balls, but I think it's supposed to be flowers. I like the red. The red looks good. We're running with the red. I like the red. This is a nice red. This is a Santa Claus red. It's hard to find good reds. I missed the leaf, too. Uh-oh. Is this the right color for the leaves? Or is this the stem color? Oh, well. We're going to use it. I think that was a little darker. Now I think I want a little bit brighter green. I don't have any greens in there, do I? No. I can always darken it up with pencil. But I don't want it dark like the other stuff, so I'm going to use this bright green. I forgot to do the center of that flower. Oh well, we'll fix it with pencil. I'm drawing, every time I look over there at that scarecrow, I'm just drawing a blank with him, so I think we need some blue on the page. Yeah, I'm just going to do all these other leaves with this green, and then like I said, I can change tones and colors with when I bring in pencil. Okay. And I'll probably do the doorknob gold, but I don't want to put that in now because I'll smear it when I work on everything else. I do want to get my grout in here. Okay. She has a beautiful blacked out bunny. It is really nice. I had a gray around here I was going to use for the grout. Is this the one? Oh no, that's way too dry. That'll drive me crazy. Dry, that's too dark. It's like the Three Little Bears. Too dark, too dry, too soft, too hard. This is that green, weird green gray. I don't know about that. Let me do a little spot. I do have, yeah, we'll do this. This is green gray. Does not look green at all. The green gray in the Arteza look green. This is a Kelly art, and it just looks gray. And medium tone gray. Definitely cool. Nice cool gray. Sounds like it's drying up too. I'm gonna be left with a whole bunch of colors that I have nothing to do. Then what do? I guess I have to pull out one of my mom's mandala books. You should be happy you're daffing. But yeah, Mike does that to me too when I'm like watching a live and I can't really hear anybody talking. You know, he's over there. If you've watched any of my videos, you can hear his blasting Star Trek in the background. I gotta try to remember to shut it down, but see, if I shut that off, then you're gonna hear him snoring. And I don't think the Star Trek is clear enough where I would get any copyrights, you know, because it's not. Like, you can hear the spaceships and stuff like that, but not when the people talk. Ooh, I think I just totally went, whoa. That's like driving crooked. I was just all over the place with this marker. Boy, oh boy. Well, anybody doing anything fun tomorrow? Mike's off tomorrow, but he's not going to be home. He has to, oh, he's going out by you for a minute, Kim. Driving to his dad, and then they're going, oh, I can't remember where they're going. Another 4 hours from there. Battle Axe? I don't know. I can't remember. Could be anywhere. Maybe someday I'll be able to sit in the car again. I'm hopeful that it's the hip that's causing all the problems when I'm in the car. I don't know though. Oh, is this one's gonna dry out on me too? Oh no. Yeah, that does make me wonder if they're separate. Like if there's two of those little ink things in here, one on each side. Oh, I should have done those birds. Birdie, 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 birdie. These caps are such a joke too. It's like the lightest color and then they come out real dark. I'm just going to put a solid coat of blue and we'll do some pencil work to get some detail. Or an acrylic paint pen, you know, we always have those in the arsenal now. Was this a brick color? I sure hope so. I'm not quite sure what's going on there. Good enough, good enough. Everybody fall asleep? So I guess I'll do the frame in there, this gray too. That could kind of bring, maybe, I don't know. Oh, Chrissy's coloring. Just a few more minutes. I haven't heard him come in the garage yet. Oop, that might have been him. Heard a thump. See if I hear Pebbles shake. He's got to get up at 4 in the morning, so he's probably going to come in and go right to bed. He had to take so much time off this month. It's gonna hurt us bad. So I said, I'm so glad I refrained from buying those pencils. Okay, I think that looks pretty good. Especially for markers, trying to get it in frame for you there. I know. I don't even go to bed yet. Oh, hugs, Kim. Thanks. Good night. Actually I did. Except for the stems in the back here, I went a little bit lighter. And then I used the colorless blender on these leaves down here to lighten them up a little bit. So that way, and I'll probably do these the same too. Can you see the difference on that color and then this color? So I just used the colorless blender to lighten them. So that way I should be able to come back in and get like a brighter green and some yellow in there. And the leaves on the leaf, I did put a really bright green in there with those. And I just have, like, this was supposed to be a light brown, but it came out orange for the matte because I'm going to make that like that hay matte. So I'll probably put some browns in there too. I wasn't too happy with that color, but it's there now, right? So, all right, guys. That'll be it for tonight. And we're coloring in Autumn Charm, and hopefully we can get all the markering done next week and start on some of the detailing and maybe even get it done. If not, I can definitely do a video because we're pretty much there. Right. Thanks to everyone that was watching and didn't come in the chat. Thank you for the likes. Thanks for everybody in the chat. It's always fun. Appreciate you being here, staying up late with me. Be no fun without you guys. So, thank you all, and you have a wonderful night. I think you're the only one left standing, Chrissy. Good night, Chrissy. Have a good night. Night, Kim, Taylor, View. I think that was all that was. You know, we had Ivy here tonight. And I know I'm forgetting somebody. Is Mike gonna let me go back that far? Missed you tonight, Jessica. Hope you're okay. Carol, thanks for joining the chat. And Amanda, thanks for stopping in. Hey, appreciate you all. You're welcome, Carol. Thanks so much for being here. Amanda, yep, I think I got her right. Thanks, everybody. Have a wonderful weekend. See you next Friday at 11. Bye.